So the medical medium has some very strict guidelines for healing eczema, and he has very strict advice about avoiding eggs at all costs if you're trying to naturally heal eczema. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys exactly why medical medium is wrong about his advice about eating eggs and his overall advice about healing eczema with diet and lifestyle. What's up, my friends? Welcome to another video. I'm Rob Stuart and I'm here to help you get your skin and your overall health back on track. So before I get too far into making some of my points in this video about eating eggs and medical medium's overall advice about healing eczema, I do want to say that the point of this video is not to be controversial or to make medical medium out to be some type of jerk or idiot. I think he's a very helpful person. I think he's out there doing a lot of good. And I think a lot of the stuff that he brings to the table is viable and people should consider. But as I mentioned in the intro, there are a few things that I think that he promotes and says are basically eczema laws that I think really hold back the eczema healing community in a major way. There are so many people that are following his advice that if they adjusted a few things would have much better success, and their possibility of healing eczema and staying healed would be much greater. So that's the whole point of me making this video today, is to help people have a broader understanding of the true way that you can heal eczema. There is no cookie cutter one size fits all program, and the advice that all people should avoid eating eggs who have eczema, and all people who have eczema just need to do these simple things just like everyone else. It's just simply not that straightforward. So first of all, for some of you guys who might be new to this channel, I've been cured of eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, and rosacea, and some pretty horrible gut health issues for 8 years. I've done a ton of dietary exploration throughout these 8 years, and I've learned a lot about what works perfectly for me as an individual. Also, the main point of this channel is to give people many different ideas on how they can personalize their eczema healing experience, because what I found with myself and what I found working with over 900 people is that nobody heals the same. Everyone's healing journey is slightly different. You have to customize your diet, you have to customize your cleansing, and you have to customize your lifestyle in order to fully heal your skin and to stay healed. So one of the things that I saw, not only from the medical medium, but from the eczema community in general, when I first started to try to heal my skin, was that eggs must be avoided. And so I did. I avoided eggs for a long time. But as the plant-based diet started to really kind of mess me up and lead me down a path of not having the health that I wanted, I started opening up to the idea that maybe I actually need eggs and other animal foods. And not to get too ahead of the game, but eating eggs and animal foods has totally revolutionized and totally changed the health of my gut biome, the health of my brain, the health of my teeth, the health of my hormones, and the health of my digestion. And my skin has stayed even better. It's stayed even better. It's gotten even better since introducing eggs into my diet. What you find though with the research of eggs is it's very general, and it's always done by special interest vegan groups who are trying to discredit animal-based eating. Also, there's a major issue with every single egg study that I found. They're using traditional, crappy, caged, store-bought eggs. In no way, shape, or form do I recommend anyone eats normal caged eggs. If you're gonna eat eggs, and if you're gonna try eggs out, I have some very specific recommendations for you. I'll get to that at the end of the video. And if you look at the structure of the way these studies were done, the control factors were absolute crap. All they were doing was having people either take away eggs or add eggs. Again, they were using crappy eggs, and they weren't changing any other aspects of the diet to fully isolate what those eggs could do. So the research was shoddy in my opinion. So for me personally, the best test is to use yourself as a guinea pig and try things out. Now there's a method to researching food with your own body. I go into this all the time, but all you have to do is isolate that food for a bit, make your diet very minimal so that you can see how it's actually affecting you. Eat it for a period of time and check in with your biomarkers by journaling them. If your biomarkers stay good or they improve, the food works awesomely for you. And if the food affects your biomarkers in a negative way, then the food doesn't work for you as an individual. Like I said earlier, every single person's diet who heals eczema naturally has a customized approach. You have to figure out what foods trigger you and what foods will heal you. For me, after testing eggs, pastured eggs, I found that they improved every aspect of my biomarkers, especially my gut health, especially my mind, especially my mental focus, and generally my overall mood, including how I slept. So for the past 2 years, I've been eating raw egg yolks and overall eggs, the whole thing, sometimes frying them, sometimes scrambling them, almost every single day. Raw egg yolks is a daily thing. I would say for me personally, they are one of my #1 eczema and gut health healing foods out there. One of the main focuses on this channel is dispelling dietary dogma. Like me, many of my clients are eating pastured eggs and having absolutely amazing results, healing their skin, healing their gut, healing their brains, and healing their hormones. Our body does need a certain amount of cholesterol. Each cell in our body is made from cholesterol, and our brain runs significantly different when you have the right amount of cholesterol in your diet. So from my personal experience and my experience working with clients who are also eating pastured eggs, so that's why I think the medical medium is dead wrong about his advice about everyone should avoid eggs. Anytime you have a statement that says everyone should, you basically know the statement's gonna be false anyway. This leads to a few other issues that I have with the medical medium's eczema curing advice. Number 1, celery juice. Celery juice is an absolutely amazing drink for healing the gut and for healing the skin, but it does not work for all people. You can't put every single human being on a celery juice cleanse or a daily celery juice feast and expect them to have their body healed from it in any way, shape, or form. There are so many people that I work with that cannot tolerate celery juice in any way, shape, or form. And the more celery juice they drink, the worse their skin and gut health symptoms are. If you do well on celery juice, yes, it's an amazing juice, but there's also a lot of other high quality ways you can make a green juice and bring it into your diet on a daily basis that can be super effective for healing the skin. Celery juice is not a cure-all. Celery juice is not a wonder drug. It's just one simple food that can either really help you or it can even really hurt you. Me personally, I do great on celery juice, but that's not the point. The point is what you need for you to heal, and taking the advice of someone who's saying this celery juice will heal all people all the time that have eczema is just straight up wrong. I know this from experience. I was vegan for a long time. I was plant-based for a long time. I was high carb, low fat vegan for a long time. And I did big stretches of trying to eat a lot of fruit, a fruit-based diet, or at least a diet that was very heavy in fruit. And one of the things that medical medium promotes, and one of the things that the high carb, low fat vegan community promote, is big calorie dense smoothies that are made from raw fruit. Again, at best, doing this can be sort of a cleanse, but piling raw fruit smoothies filled with all sorts of bananas and berries and all of these things with some greens into your gut on a daily basis does not promote a healthy gut biome. It does not change your gut biome to where it needs to be, and it causes major digestional issues for a lot of people. How many times have you had a huge fruit-based smoothie and had no bloating, no heavy poops the next day, no diarrhea, and felt absolutely fine? When you eat a balanced, healthy meal, the way that you should feel is like you can go out and exercise or go out and move your body without feeling super heavy, super bloated, super strange with your digestion, bloated and farty and gurgly. Also, there's a reason why when you slam a huge fruit-based smoothie, even though you're absolutely stuffed, and for most of you guys, let's be honest, drinking a whole blender full of fruit takes a long time and gets pretty disgusting and boring. You're hungry 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour later. Your body needs other nutrients besides sugar. In fact, sugar is one of the worst nutrients and hardest nutrients to use to heal your gut biome with. Now, individually, eat more fruit, eat more whole foods, use celery juice, do some cleansing. These aspects of the medical mediums approach I don't have any problem with. I think these are pretty good general advice. As you might notice, where I differentiate between myself and the medical medium is that he really does prescribe to a one-size-fits-all approach. There's one protocol to follow, there's one method, and that one method is supposed to work for all people. That's not really the best advice. That's called medical marketing. So those are the reasons why I don't think that medical medium's advice overall about healing eczema is spot on, and in fact can sometimes be super dangerous for people. Also, as you can see, the results I've gotten from eating eggs have been absolutely spectacular, so he's pretty much wrong about that as well. I don't just want to make this video about how I disagree with medical medium. I want to leave you guys with 3 ultra important factors for naturally healing your eczema and keeping it that way for the rest of your life. So these are the 3 most important parts, and if you do these 3 things, you will heal your eczema. Number 1, you have to have a customized diet. Now, some people will do better with a little bit more fruit, a little bit more high carbs. Other people will do way better with more animal foods, mostly animal foods, and a higher fat approach. You have to go through a phase where you're testing foods for yourself, learning about your biomarkers, and following the data to learn what your trigger foods are and what foods you should avoid. Also, what foods will work best for you. Once you've figured that out, then it's about staying consistent with that customized diet and not really getting too distracted and trying too many other things. Secondly, and this is what I actually think medical medium's protocol is, it's a gentle cleanse. It's a fruit, vegan-based cleanse. And he's right about that. You do need to cleanse. You do need to detoxify your body. You do need to clean out your digestion and your lymphatic system. There's a plethora of ways to do that. I outline my favorite method in the 3 Phases workbook, which is my step-by-step guide for healing eczema, dermatitis, and psoriasis. You don't have to only do it vegan. You don't have to only do it with fruit, but you can. If that works for you, great. And last but not least, and I believe he's addressing this with affirmations or meditation in some way, which is not the worst thing in the world, but you have to aggressively or at least consistently go after your immune system and your nervous system on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis in a very consistent manner. So there's several ways to address the nervous system and the immune system. It doesn't have to be crazy. Just some basic daily habits that you do on a weekly basis will be big. Dry brushing, breath work, cold exposure, sauna, daily movement, resistance training, yoga, some type of activity that gets you outside underneath the sun, getting fresh sunshine, fresh air, and vitamin D, and decompressing your thoughts and your stress, and also surrounding yourself with happy, healthy people and having some fun. Super basic. So that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you enjoyed this content, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, remember to share, hit that notification bell so that you're notified when all of my new videos come out. If you're looking to get a hold of me to become one of my skin health clients, there's a link in the description box for a consultation. That same link will bring you to my website, holistichealthactivation.com, where you can find the 3 Phases workbook, which is my step-by-step guide for healing the skin and finding out a customized plan that works for you as an individual. Also in the link you can find Skinessa, which is my favorite skin health probiotic. I take it every day. It works like a charm. You can find me on Instagram as Stuart, Rob Stuart. In real life, I'm just Rob Stuart, spelled S-T-U-A-R-T. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'll be back with many more videos really soon. Peace.